Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be out here on the beach. We've got a couple things that we're going to try to accomplish today. First, we're going to try to catch some white bass for bait to stock up for next weekend's fishing trips. Second, I'm going to try to catch some big catfish out here. I've never bank fished this spot, but we're going to throw some baits out and see what happens. And third, we're just going to have some fun, man. We got the family out here. Wyatt loves water. He's playing with my reels right now. He's going to be in that water all day. Grayson's over here. I don't know what he's doing. He's just being Grayson. So let's get after it. I'm gonna go throw my cast net a little bit, try to get some shad. I brought a little bit of bait. I got about half a dozen bluegill. You gonna go help me throw the cast net? But anyway, stick around, guys. Hopefully we catch some big fish. Hopefully we catch some good bait so I can keep making these videos.
Dad, you need to put it up cute. Dad, you got to be cute there.
Alright, guys, we got some bait.
You got a lot. You got that.
We got some shad, and then we got a little krill back over here. Those are all good pieces of bait right there. Here, Grayson.
Dad, you got it. You got the fish. A carp.
It's a quillback. It's like a carp. Can you go put those in the cooler?
Dad, look. A big one's dead too.
That's a big old shad. Grayson.
They got them loaded up stuff, Dad.
Alright, to start off, I'm just going to be throwing fresh shad on all 3 rods. I was able to get some pretty quick. There's times where there's other bait that works better, but there's not really any times where these fish are active where they're not wanting to hit a big piece of shad like that. So I'm going to just fan cast all these rods, one to the right, one to the middle, one to the left, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get on some big fish. Here just tearing them up. I ain't even got all my poles in the water. That's another, I mean, that's a bigger one, but that's one we're going to try to keep alive. I'll put him on a hook hole and he'll sit down there until big old blue smashes him. You guys be surprised, a bait like that, it won't take but a 10-15 pound blue cat to eat that thing. And a real good bait, once you put a hook in one of these white bass, they're going to stay alive until something down there eats them. They can tolerate a hook so well, and they got a lot of energy, so they're down there staying active up until they get eaten. She's got another one out here. Looks like it might be a little better.
He's smaller, but he's still a nice one.
Yeah, that's good cut bait size.
Oh,
Every time we catch one.
That? Did you have a shad in your hand?
No.
Well, he was eating it. Look
All right.
at that.
That's live bait. I might keep him in the bucket. All right, Tiff, why don't you show people that have never caught a white bass or don't know how to catch white bass what you're doing?
I'm taking this rooster tail and I'm throwing it over by this structure.
That's
and
it.
I'm not really reeling that fast.
What we got is the wind's blowing right into the cove. And what that does is it pushes all the bait in here, the shad and the plankton that the shad feed on. And then that just pulls everything else in here. The cats, the white bass, the hybrids, they all follow that. So you find you a windblown rocky point And that's what you gotta do. All right, I gotta let this kid see this fish or he's gonna go crazy. Wyatt, look. Look, Bubby. There you go. Say, white bass. Look, you got sand everywhere. Yep. Guy in here. Just try to help keep them alive. Big thing about white bass, if you guys are trying to keep some for bait, if you're going to try to keep them alive, which even if I'm using cut bait, if I can keep them alive, I will. You need to keep the water cool. That's why I got it in here. Just the cool water from the lake will help keep that bucket cool instead of being sitting out here in the sun and the sand baking. With a little tip, if you got some frozen water bottles or something, you can throw in there and that'll keep the water cool. And when I'm around here bank fishing, I don't ever run that bubbler. I just throw the water out and put new water in it. Oh, that's a good piece of cut bait. This is her third one. I know why you want to see it. This is her third one, the biggest. She's caught one small one and one just a little bit smaller than that. I don't know, he might have been right about the same size.
I think that one's just a little bit bigger.
And I lost it. So we're gonna put this one in the cooler and that's gonna end up getting cut up this weekend. You're lucky. Good job, Tiff. Got her another one, guys. I might have to go over here and join her.
No.
There you go. This is a great thing to do while you're just sitting here waiting for bites on your big rods. It's a great way to get bait. You know, you have fun, you pass the time, and you never know what you're going to catch with these little rooster tails. We catch a lot of white bass with them. We catch smallmouth, largemouth, catfish, gar. I mean, I've caught just about anything that swims with them. Give it a shot, guys. Just any little rooster tail will work. We buy bulk packages off of, look, she's got another one already.
It's a baby.
We buy bulk packages off of Amazon, and then we also just get these little Walmart ones. You want to go put them in the bucket for me?
Yeah.
All right, that's what she's got, guys. Just a little, pretty sure we bought this at Walmart. That's probably a, I don't know, it's a 1/18 ounce, 1/16 ounce, I'm sorry. And she's tearing them up over here. She's probably caught, I don't know, 10 or so. We put a bunch back because they're too small, but that's about the smallest we'll keep right there. Go on, go put them in the bucket for me. Hey, Bubby. Hi. Hi. You having fun, buddy? All right, what were you saying, Grayson? Hey, what'd you say, buddy?
I wanna stick with the fish inside my hole.
Okay, dig you a big old hole, and then the next small one Mommy catches, we'll put in there, okay? Make sure it can't get out, all right?
Okay.
All right, buddy. I've not caught a single white bass, and she's just over here absolutely tearing them up. That's not what they call you. Oh, you better get over and get him on snag. That was a good one, too. We ain't getting no action at all on the catfish poles. But the main purpose of this trip was to stock up on bait. Oh, here we go. Now I got one. Now I got one.
That's because you came over to my spot.
Yeah, I did come over to a spot. I can't lie about that. There we go, guys. We got a bunch of these things in my bucket that we're going to keep alive. As long as I get them home to my bait tank, they'll be all right. And then I'm also going to hold this. I'm also going to put a bunch of these in the cooler that we'll use frozen. They work fine frozen. We moved a little bit. We're over here. There's some structure in the water. We got some sticks hanging out. We got the wind blowing up into this cove, and what these white bass are doing is chasing baits in between these sticks and just tearing them up. We're just fishing with these little cheap rooster tails. We're getting onto them, maybe not every cast, but every couple casts. Yeah, we're getting, see, just got snagged. We're getting onto them pretty consistently, at least, just kind of slow rolling it through here. Sometimes they want it real fast, sometimes they just want it slow, but catching the first couple is usually the hardest part, and then you can get on them pretty consistently.
Are you getting nibbles?
I got a couple taps. They're in shallow. This water's only maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot deep. Oh, there we go. He let off of it and came back and hit it. It's a pretty good one. All this bait's gonna get used, guys. I'll take as many as I can and get them in the bait tank and keep them alive. And if I can't fit any more in this bucket, what I'll do is I'll start taking the biggest ones and I will put them in the cooler and they'll go get frozen. There we go. Even if I'm gonna cut them up, even if like I'm taking this thing out and my goal is to just use them as cut bait, I want to keep them alive as long as possible, just keep them real fresh. I got a bucket full in here now. We got a couple that are starting to go belly up. Let's go ahead and throw them in the cooler since we got so many live ones. Look, Tiffany's got another one. We're probably gonna let that guy grow.
What? What's wrong with my fish?
Yeah, we're gonna let that guy grow. Look at this little thing. It's fun stuff, guys. I mean, it accomplishes a couple things. It's fun for the whole family, and it allows me to go catch big catfish. You just get smacked? Yeah. Yes. That's not the case, thankfully. Let me finish this cast. We're going to let this one go, guys. We're getting enough of the larger size ones. These ones right here, they make fine live bait. The problem is those little 2-3 pounders will smash them. And once they die on a hook, you can't use them as cut bait. They're just too small. So I like those bigger ones closer to a pound because they make great live bait. And then when they die, they make great cut bait. So there we go.
Got one?
Yep. He's coming in on me. All right. There we go. That's what we're going after, guys. Why are you playing in the water? Look at this fishy. Look. You want that fishy? Yeah. All right, guys. We're going to keep trying to get them. Guys, nice bloody piece of quillback. If you don't know what a quillback is, it's essentially a carp. I don't know the difference. A lot of people call them carp. They're actually called a quillback. We're going to throw this thing out there. The big old blue cat comes across that piece of bait and it's going to gobble it up. We'll see what happens. Well, we almost doubled up, guys. And old Tiffany over here, she dropped the ball. We're getting on them pretty thick, guys. They get a lot bigger than this, but I mean, this is about perfect size to where I can. They get much bigger than this. I don't like using them for live bait, at least for blues. And any smaller, and they're not good for cut bait. So, you got a good one? Let's see if I can't catch another one right here before I walk this one back to the cooler. There we go. Tiffany's got one. Let's see. I messed up on that cast. Let's try again. There we go. Look at that. Got one in my hand. Pulling one in. Here, let's go take these to the cooler and then you can come over here and fish, okay? What you got there, dude?
Bass.
What kind of bass?
I don't know.
They're white bass.
White
I
bass.
don't know.
Some white bass doubles. As you can see, mine is always bigger than hers, even if it's only by a little bit.
I love how you record what you want to.
Tiffany, edit that out of the video. See if we can get some real quick. Live. We've caught a bunch, guys. I'd say we're probably over, I don't know, 40 or 50. We haven't kept them all. We're getting pretty selective now. I've let a bunch out of the bucket and we're not putting anything in the cooler that's not pretty good size. We'll get back home and we'll freeze a bunch and have a bunch live for next weekend. Hopefully we can get on some big old catfish. Oh, that's a good one right there. Oh. Come on, Tib, you got a chance to double up. Let's get it done. Once I land this fish, I'll show you guys a little bit more about what we're doing.
No, don't live near me.
Look at him. Yeah, that's a good one right there. You got one? Yeah. You got a double.
You're gonna get stuck in them sticks.
Well, I lost mine, so. That sucked. That was a good one, too. It's one of the bigger ones we had caught in a while. There we go. I'm on another one. He's not as big, but.
I said we move. Let's move in between these.
Listen to her. Guys, we're sitting here tearing them up every cast. I think we should move.
Yeah, but they're getting a little small.
I just caught one of the biggest ones we've caught in an hour.
I caught the biggest one my very first cast when we first got here, and someone
I
dropped it
said
in the water.
one of the biggest, and I dropped mine in the water too.
Mine was the biggest catch of the day, and you dropped it in the water.
Anyway, guys, we're going to edit a bunch of this out. If I can get this fish unhooked. I don't have my pliers. All right, guys, we came out here today. I normally catch most of my bait from the kayak if I'm going after white bass or something like that. I wanted to come out here today because I know a lot of you don't have a kayak, and some of you guys probably aren't even aware of how good a bait white bass is and how accessible it is. I wanted to come out here and show you how we catch them from the bank. So we've never fished this spot before for white bass, ever. We just looked at the map, looked at the weather, and saw the wind was blowing up into this cove. And we came out here and we started casting around and worked the banks until we found them stacked up here. You can throw just about anything for white bass. We've just got, this is a Fluger President. I've got one of these Falcon Evo rods from Walmart. They're really nice rods for the money. And we run 4-pound line. There we go, got another one. Just something real light, make it fun, you know. Come out here and have some fun with them. That's a catfish. Look at that, Tiff, got me an old channel cat. She don't care, she's trying to catch fish. But you can throw, rooster tails work really good. These are just some real cheap ones. I bought a bulk pack on Amazon. I got like 50 rooster tails for like 10 bucks. You can throw some grubs, jigs, I mean anything small that moves. You're just kind of trying to mimic those shad, those little shad running through the water that these white bass are out here chasing, trying to eat. And if you guys have never used them for bait, give them a shot. They're supposed to be good eating too. A lot of people eat them. I've never tried them. I don't really keep anything to eat, but as you can see, they're pretty stacked in here. Your best spots are going to be rocky points with the wind blowing straight into your face. Oh. Got a snag. The worst part about these snags is you got to walk out here where you've been catching the fish to get them undone. Oh, that was cool. I hope that made it on the camera. Right as I lifted the rooster tail out of the water, that thing came up and smashed it. These fish, when they get to feeding on shad, they get real aggressive. That's pretty cool stuff right there. So what I like to do is I cast it out once I've identified a spot where they're at, and I let it get pretty close to the bottom, and I'm not reeling it in super fast, just kind of slow rolling it. Sometimes they want it real fast, and you can absolutely burn it in, and don't worry about them not being able to catch up with it, because they're chasing those little shad and those things are quick. But I just kind of, oh, there we go. Slow roll it along. There he is, look at that little thing. And even those small ones, guys, those small ones can be really good bait. I just, the fish that I'm targeting, I want the bigger pieces. So if you're out trying to catch channel cat or even blues, you can throw those out, put a smaller hook on them, they'll stay alive for a good while. But if you want to get onto the bigger fish, you probably want to upgrade your bait a little bit. Not because the big fish won't eat small bait, but because especially where I'm fishing, the little ones will absolutely destroy it before you ever get a chance to put it in front of a big fish's fate. If you watch some of my videos, you'll see that. I just get surrounded by dinks, and then every now and then I'll roll across a big fish and hook up. This one might be big enough to keep. I think Tiffany just lost one. I hear her screaming, "You lose one!" Yeah, we'll probably throw this one in the cooler. She said it was a good one too. Yeah. That's what I say when I lose one. There we go, guys. This is kind of the smaller side of what I like to keep, but they'll work real good. Usually get 2 good pieces of cut bait. You get a nice piece right here at the head. I think that fish pooped on me. You usually get a pretty good sized piece on the head right there, and then I cut the tail off and use that back end chunk. I have way better success on the head piece, but you can catch fish on all of it. They're running just a little bit farther out now. We were catching them pretty close, probably about 10 feet from us. Now I'm having to kind of get it out there a little farther, let it sink a little bit more. Probably has something to do with what the shad are doing. If the shad are moving out, they're going to chase them. There we go. You see, they like hanging real tight to that structure. I don't know how well you guys can see all these sticks in the water, but this is fun stuff right here, guys. Even if you're not looking for catfish bait or something to eat, this is a real fun way of fishing. If you just get you a light action pole and light line and some rooster tails or jigs, you come out here and you just tear these things up with your family. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Tiffany said her wrist is starting to hurt. It's a lot of fun though, and every now and then you'll stumble into some big fish. I can't tell you how many times we've been out here doing this, just catching, you know, bluegill or whatever. And then one of us will end up hooking into a real big smallmouth or a largemouth, or we've caught a lot of catfish doing this. I keep getting bit right over here as soon as these sticks come out of the water. It's been pretty consistent. Maybe not every cast, but every couple casts I'm getting hammered. Yep, there we go. See, right there by that stick, they're just stacked up right there. This is fun fishing, guys. We've got so many in the, I just took myself. We got so many in the cooler and in the bait bucket. We're just gonna start letting them go and just do this for fun. I don't like taking too many. I'll take what I can use in a weekend or two and then let them back. Look at that. This one's not long, but he's a little bit chunky. Some of the most common baits that I see used for white bass, I don't see rooster tails a whole bunch, but spoons work really good. Little curly tail grubs. Got snagged up here. Spoons, curly tail grubs. Night crawlers will work fine, but you're not going to get as fast action as this, I don't think. Crankbaits work good. Flicker shad. Pretty much anything that you can get that can somewhat mimic a shad. These fish are just feeding so heavy and so fast. They're not paying a bunch of attention to what's swimming by. They're just grabbing it. So if you can get something out there that can make these fish think it's a shad for half a second, you shouldn't have any problem landing these white bass. Hold on. We'll try that again real quick. Tiffany's got one over here. She's wanting me to come get it off for her. That's a good one, ain't it? Yeah. We'll keep that one. You act like I'm not catching any over here. I'll come with you.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna take my rod.
It's nice and wide.
Yeah, that one's gonna be some good cut bait. Yep, that's a pretty good size one, guys. We'll go throw it in the bait tank, or the cooler, I mean.
See that?
Oh, that's a good one. See if we can't double up. Tiffany made me come over here with her. She's getting lonely. That's not it. She was tired of walking. Oh, and she broke off. She's mad, guys. She's got to walk all the way over there. I got a good one too. Grayson got me a brownie. Okay, buddy. Okay. She is mad, guys.
That is not cool.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. Oh, it just peed. Yeah, that's about the perfect size for bait. Like the fun's about to be over. We got a pretty nasty storm heading in. Me and Tiff are gonna try to get one more double, and then we're gonna pack up and leave. This one, or was that a snag?
I think that was a snag.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty.
Like the fun's about to be over. We got a pretty nasty storm heading in. Me and Tiff are gonna try to get one more double, and then we're gonna pack up and leave. It's coming, guys. Look at that. Tiff got one? Don't think we're gonna make that double, guys. We gotta get these kids out of here. Here, let me get over here. I'm gonna try to get over here and get one. Last fish. You got him? That's a good one, huh? What you got? All right, let's call it. We're about to get, hey guys, real nasty. Unfortunately, we weren't able to shoot an end to the video because right after I turned that camera off for the last time, the rain started pouring down on us. We just were able to get the kids in the car in time, but me and Mom got real wet trying to pack up all the stuff. That's all right though, because at the end of the day, we had an absolute blast, and we caught well over 100 white bass. We ended up keeping a few dozen that I'm going to be using for bait on my upcoming kayak trip, so make sure you check those out. Also, I really appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like, and maybe checking out some of my other videos. I'd also love to hear some feedback from you guys. If there's things that you guys want to see me do videos on, other kinds of fishing trips, etc. I plan on doing some videos of my kayak, some more catfishing videos, and some more family outings, as long as this is one that you guys enjoy. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.